everybody. Welcome to KF&JF podcast. We got two people on our show that I am very happy you guys are going to meet today. It's going to be an exciting show. They got stuff that I tell you, once you get done, you're going to have to go get some milk. But everything else is going to be great. They're such a great family. So let's get ready to take them on right now. But first, we're going to go ahead on and, check in with Razak.
Greetings. My name is Razak. I am the CEO and founder of United Minority Business Ventures. My purpose is to help small businesses grow. This means I will assist with the creative process and maintenance of your business. The method to achieve results is simply building a deeper relationship with your customers. I do this by forming opportunities to communicate and collaborate with your followers, subscribers, and other business owners. By using a wide range of networking tools, we will have an understanding for building your business profile, what type of social media marketing fits your productivity and your availability, and building your financial profile, branding your services, product, or merchandise. Together, we may also determine what type of license is needed to operate your business. And does your budget permit the ownership of your own domain or buying into pre-existing sites that host your page? I like to drive traffic by managing your website. This allows me to work with you to select posts that create subscriptions, comments, and likes. I also assist by generating comments on other individual business sites or a page that create a dialogue of conversation directed towards your page. I also assist with the creation of the content on your media site. This will be a collaboration of ideas which will reflect on your brand, your work ethics, and the community's need to know what you have to offer them to bring a better quality of comfort to their lives and lifestyle. I can also assist with the writing of content, directing your videos, the editing process, and publishing them on various sites for marketing purposes, advertising, and promotional value.
Biologist specializing in entomology. This one is a food scientist, and she's a chef. She left that part out, And then my son wants to be an aeronautical engineer. So all of them have taken up on science, and I think that's amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better opportunity, better children, and I also am a wildlife enthusiast myself. So I am lucky to be surrounded by a lot of people who enjoy what I enjoy. And our dinner conversations at the family table are quite interesting. Let me tell you.
Never boring.
But all of that comes back to the center focus that we love family, we love to eat, and we love to just celebrate life,
So I feel like what makes me unique that not a lot of people know about me is that I like to dance, or more so, I love to dance. It's been my whole life. And honestly, a lot of people don't see it, but my dancing also is incorporated with my baking. I'm dancing while I'm baking. So you're getting my happy energy transferred into my baked goods, and then you're getting all that goodness in you when you eat it. So I think that's one of the main things about me that not a lot of people know.
Well, that is very unique, So, how long you been doing that?
Well, I've been dancing for a long time. I've been dancing since I could walk, honestly, right?
At least.
Because my mom was a dancer, my grandma was a dancer, my grandpa was a dancer, like my dad was a dancer. Like we have dancers, it's in our blood, Baking and dancing kind of goes hand in hand. The arts and crafts, So
yeah, I say this. I say it's about right. That's about right.
So
dancing is definitely part of both of us. I'm a professional dancer. I do dancing around the world, from everywhere in the United States to the Caribbean to Rio de Janeiro. So she definitely got it. Although she has surpassed me in samba, so she's a bad dancer all on her own. So I got to give it to her.
What kind of dancing is it? I mean, is it like nationality, or is it from a country? Is it
no? Like so, salsa. We do salsa. We do samba from the South America. I do modern dance like jazz, tap, hip hop. you know, we love different genres of dance. Both my parents were ballroom dancers, so you know, it depends on. We learn so many different types of dances throughout the year. So we have a great family life. I'm one of 8. She's one of 4. So therefore, you know, we really enjoy partying, like, but not settings, you know, not in the negative sense, but the positive sense. We love to live, love, and dance in every sense of the word.
Enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Enjoy the music. I like that.
So let me ask you, what's your music? You know, what type of music you listen to? What type of music that you guys find to have, you know, that brings out that love and joy that you like to express?
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we got all kind of things going on.
You know, we had chickens on our farm in Hawaii, so we were laughing when it was a rooster. So
it had to be a rooster. It had to be a rooster.
But that's hilarious. But I say we both share the great love of techno and house music. I started loving house music. I'm from St. Louis, and you know, house music came down from Chicago, so that was my first love. And then I used to clean the house dancing to techno, so my kids picked it up, and Lauren definitely has a passion for it. They won't let me go to raves with them anymore, but that's okay. You know, I'm gonna go anyway. You know, I don't need them to go to a rave, but you know, we definitely have good fun. Good fun dancing to house techno and
my range. It's changed a lot throughout the years, you know. So like I go from, you know, pop all the way to grunge sometimes, maybe even metal and rock and alternative if I'm feeling it, you know. So the spectrum really goes to wherever, but I'm hardcore on Subtronics right now in the, you know, techno house EDM world. That's pretty much it.
Man, I love that trance right there too. I love it.
You know, you're out there. I don't even know. I'm too old, you know, to know. But I dance on with the phone. Just let the music just keep playing and playing. I never go anywhere. But man, it must be fun to be out there moving and have a lot of friends that, you know, you're meeting out there. So let's talk a little bit about how did you guys come up with the name for the business and what really got you to? I know you were talking about your son and doing all those different things to try to help him out, but what keeps you going now?
What keeps me going now is I enjoy people. I enjoy people getting out, meeting people, making people happy. I enjoy the interactions because people come up to you and they talk about some of the strangest subjects, but they're interesting. And then when people come up and they keep trying to figure out if I'm DeAndre and they keep trying to say my name wrong, and I'm like, no, that's my son. So my original goal when I began all of my children, I want to make sure that no point in your life do you not have a way of sustaining yourself other than your job. Yes, we all have a 9-to-5, but understand that can't be your only source of income. In addition to the fact that when you reach a certain age, you kind of get bored with, I went to college to become a blah, 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 and I'm 30, I'm 40, and now I'm bored with it. So what do I do now? I'm stuck in this dead-end job. So at a young age, I taught them all to be able to own their own business so that whatever their hobby is that they're passionate about, they can use that at the second phase of their life to develop a whole new business and be able to sustain themselves without feeling like I have to start my life over from scratch because I'm bored with what I went to school for. So that's one of the reasons that we all have our own businesses to sustain ourselves. Not necessarily a hustle, because a hustle is temporary, but have an actual legitimate business that runs along the side and you can start and stop it when you feel like it. And you're in control of your own future versus having to work for somebody for the rest of your life.
Yeah. What inspires me? Like unicorns, man. Unicorns all day, every day. The magic, man. Because, like, everybody is always stuck in their own day-to-day life, their own routine, you know? So, like, my hope is to be able to, like, kind of snap them out of it, you know? Give them a little shake, you know, shaking baby syndrome. Like, you know, like, just get a little bit of pep in your step with a little bit of sweetness, you know? Something that has familiarity, but also gives you like a touch of home, so you can, come back to something that something that you trust. So, it just that alone inspires me. Just being able to put a smile on people's face, and seeing the impact that my food, whether it be just my baking, or it could be like my dinner that I make every night. Just the smile that I can see on your face is thanks enough.
And the name came up for DeAndre Delectable Delights. It came up from my son. Originally, the name is from my ex-husband. His original, he's a hot food chef. He's a hot food chef
all around.
He's a classical French cuisine chef, and so I supported him as a good, loving wife, and I supported him starting a catering business a long time ago, and it was called DeAndre Delectable Delights. And when my son was born and he needed to start his business, I was like, well, he's not using that name anymore. So we took the name up, and his name is also DeAndre. So he was like, okay, so let's go out there with this name. And we use the name once again. And once again, we have a successful business out there using the name DeAndre Delectable Delights.
He finally got his D.
Yeah. So all the girls are named with the L, and all the boys are named with the D. So, he's the only D in the family. So we make sure we bring his name out and shine it out for him every time we can.
That's great that you guys have a way of connecting with each other, even though it may not be always where you can see each other, but the name of the business and everything else you do going forward, you guys are sharing you guys' ability to be connected together. So tell me one of the things that one of the foods or sweets that you like the most, and which one you like making your meal or putting together.
Can I answer why you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so for her, there's something that you guys have to participate in. I think I can describe her food better than she can, and that is her pumpkin. No, let me go back.
Not the pumpkin, but
her chocolate chip pumpkin muffins, home with some ice cream, some vanilla ice cream warmed in the refrigerator. You gotta have that. You just gotta have it. And then, one of my favorites, the oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. Oh man. Those are two that at the top of my list.
The caramel one.
I like the caramel, but the oatmeal chocolate chip, it's just, like she said, it brings you back to home. It brings you back to childhood. You remember coming in the house after being outside playing all day, and this fresh, hot, moist cookie is sitting there waiting on you to eat it.
Whenever I'm in the kitchen baking and I have it sitting out cooling on the counter, it's like, Lauren, can I have one?
You gotta have one cookie right out the oven.
Like,
you need it.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait until I package them.
And
if I have extra, you can have one.
Wait, if there's extra, what? If there's extra, I'm in the kitchen right now. I can eat it now. But I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite for her. And my food is easy. It's simple. It's what everybody likes, but it's one of those things you forget about. But when you have it, you're like, oh, I needed that. You didn't even know you needed it. A nice, warm, hot pasta made fresh right there in front of you with everything on it that you want and nothing that you don't. And you get to tell people, hey, can I have this and this and this? And I want olives, and I want, green pepper, red pepper, onions. I want turkey. I want, no. I want chicken, sausage. I want all these things on my pasta. And they get it. They come back to me like, oh my God, that pasta was perfect, especially in California when it starts to get a little bit chilly, October, November. And then we follow it on with a nice hot cup of apple cider or a nice hot cup of mint tea. Or, we bring all the herbal teas along with that.
Sassafras tea.
All those herbal teas that you don't see in the store and it's hard to buy. And we make it right there in front of you fresh every single day. And so that way, those are our items that I feel like, they make us special. They make us unique. And trust me, the greatest form of flattery is when people try to duplicate, but they can't. So definitely, those are our products that I would talk about. Now she may have a different
I think I like the chocolate cake, the strawberry cake. I love me some cake. Okay, I'm a cake person. I'll go cake over cookies any day. But yeah, the chocolate cake with the chocolate frosting, and then the strawberry cake with stabilized whipped cream frosting. Yes. And then as for the pasta, I would do an Alfredo with the turkey sausage. You get black and green olives, bell peppers, tomato, salt and pepper, some garlic, some oil, and like a little bit of everything else, like cheese and stuff. Hey, you're golden. You're golden.
Are we making you guys hungry yet?
I am very much. I'm very.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what we're supposed to be doing here. You know, I mean, like if y'all not getting hungry, we're not doing our job. You know.
I'm wondering if you guys have a delivery or something. You know, like.
Well, she can deliver.
Yeah. So. Have a plate of food, and I know he's got a plate of food over there. I'm hungry. I ain't got nothing over here, but. Paper. I'm about to eat this paper. You keep talking.
Right. Well, you know, we definitely can take care of you guys. All you got to do is throw us some addresses, and we definitely will take care of you. No problem. No problem at all.
You guys do have services where you send out or times when you guys have to send out your food.
So I deliver through the mail through either the United States Postal Service or the United States Federal FedEx. Okay, so FedEx, USPS, or the
UPS, huh?
American Postal Service.
That's USPS.
Whatever. One of those. I ship all the way to Georgia right now.
So right now she's shipping from Alaska to Georgia. Oatmeal chocolate chip cookies are going up to Alaska. And pumpkin muffins are going up to Alaska, and then Georgia.
Basically, I can do anything without any cream or frosting. So like the cookies, the brownies, the Rice Krispie treats, anything of that sort. But like if I do the cake, I can do the cake itself, but I can't do it with the frosting. Unfortunately, it just doesn't ship well during the the hot season. So we can try on the cold season, but it's very temperamental.
Okay.
But we don't ship the pastas. But if you're anywhere from California, anywhere from LA to San Diego, we will deliver to you. But we will not deliver outside of those areas.
Oh, so you guys is getting around then, huh?
Yes, we do. We pretty much are doing events in LA proper, all the way down to San Diego. This weekend we're down in San Diego at a triathlon.
Oh wow! I like to know
what triathlon.
Make sure you send us
triathlon. We got a family fun fest this month. We got a few other farmers markets.
We have a senior citizens community. They reached out and said, "Hey, we want you guys to come back to our event." And then we have a church fall festival. They definitely like us there for whatever reason. These children love fresh pasta with nothing but Parmesan cheese on it. I don't understand it, but it works.
Well, you guys go ahead, plug in your events where people can find you in the near future. I mean, we always good for that,
Yeah, we
try to get better on posting on Instagram before the event. So just give me a couple more weeks to get better at that, and we'll be straight.
Yeah, well, we definitely will be at the Mission Bay Triathlon on the 13th of October, and we will be there. Our event starts at 5 a.m. and we'll be there till 12. So 5 a.m. to 12, Mission Bay Triathlon in San Diego. And so come out and get you some fresh hot pasta or some really nice fresh pastries from Unicorn Bakery. And so that's what will be this next weekend, or this weekend coming up. Mm-hmm. And then the following week, we will be at Olive Branch Community Church. Mm-hmm. And that is in
that's the Fun Fest.
That's the one that's in Corona, California. And then from there we'll be at Black Riverside, the Black Riverside concert that's coming up October 26th. We will both have booths there, and it is a concert that is in Lake Elsinore. It is amazing. We serviced it in July 27th, and it was more than 5,000 people. And now we're going to be doing it again on October 26th, and it's supposed to be over 3,000 people. So please, please, please come out, support the Black Riverside County event, and you will enjoy yourself. It's over 300 vendors. I'm sure somebody's going to have a food that you want to eat.
And if not the food, then something else to buy.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I intend to be there. So therefore, I will see you there, and I will videotape you there.
Yay!
I'm right here in Temecula. So Temecula is not far from Lake Elsinore, and I know Mr. Valentine, and hopefully we'll be able to come around and see you. I'll make sure that we're there. So I'm happy to hear you mention that because San Diego was, I was like, I want to go to San Diego too, but now that you're going to be there, and there's a lot of people there, plus they're going to have the musical. So I look forward to it. Let me pass this over to Razak. He has some questions he wants to ask, and let's get that going.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so there's a couple of things I want to ask. I guess this would be for both of you guys, I guess. Okay, so where do you get the recipes from to make your pasta or your bakery? What is the origins of what you decide to make, and where does it come from? Or do you just make it up, or you twist something else that's already made? How does that process happen?
I'm from St. Louis originally, and I grew up near a place called the Hill, and that's where all the Italian immigrants moved from Italy and came to the center point of the United States, and they settled on a place called the Hill. And as a child, a teenager, I grew up going to eat amazing homemade fresh pasta, and I learned how to make it from, the authentic grandma with the checkerboard tablecloths. And so that's something that's always stayed with me. So if you look back over my life as a mother, take care of my children, they'll tell you my specialty is pasta. So that's something that came easy. And so being able to make fresh red marinara sauce from scratch, and then learning how to make the Alfredo sauce, because I don't like the one with the anchovy, so I make my own. That's where those two things came from, and it's extremely delicious. And you can taste the butter in the Alfredo sauce, and you can taste the fresh tomatoes in the tomato sauce.
And as for me, my recipes come from everywhere. Honestly, they mainly source from my grandma, her mom, my nanny. Her name was Maybelle, and that's honestly where my spark for baking comes from. And then with the technical skill, it's from my dad, because he's a stickler for the kitchen. I will say that. Like anything dealing with the kitchen, you better do it right if you're going to do it. So that's where that technical skill came from. And then I have a few recipes from my grandma on my dad's side, or my dad's mom. And then I have my own recipes that I've created myself throughout the years. And, I'll grab some from off the internet, or I'll put my own little spin on it, because I'll toot my own horn when I say this. I'm a whiz when it comes to the spices, okay? So I like my cinnamon, I like my nutmeg, I like mace, I like ginger, I like, all these vibrant flavors that you don't usually find it in your everyday, assortment or everyday kitchen. You have to know what you're doing when you get to the more, heavy spices, because the more you add, like, the stronger the product is going to be. So you got to know how to play with it, So I feel like over the years, I've really started to, perfect that taste, of all my different kinds of, desserts out there, because I have a whole range, so it's not just one area and then like I'll, keep messing with that. No, I range from cookies all the way up to puff pastry. So yeah.
Okay.
Every now and then I get to inspire her to get one thing in there that I'm like, I kind of inspirational thought. My kids don't like to let me get any rest, because when I get rest, I come out of the room like, I have a new idea, and I'm like, oh God.
she's not telling you her ideas like the other night, they come with so many steps, okay? Like, you have one cookie, but then you gotta add the drizzle, and then you gotta add the caramel, and then you gotta add the this, and then you gotta add that. But don't forget to add the sprinkles and the sand sugar that goes on top. You be all right if you do that. And I'm like, just that. That's it. And then the other 10 things that I have to do. All right, cool.
But it's gonna taste good though. Yeah. So we love to be able to inspire her, but even though we might say something, what comes out of that kitchen never is what you expect, but you're always happy.
And that leads me to the to this question right here. It's just like can you and this could be both of you guys combined, because you guys obviously probably spend a lot of time in the kitchen together. You might have separate businesses, but you're doing something together in a sense, right? So can you tell us about a memorable experience that you had while working on getting your food prepared, or something that you guys can always bring up and it makes you laugh, or it tells a story about the technique and the camaraderie that you guys have in the kitchen while you guys are making these dishes?
Well, I can go first on that one.
Yeah.
For me, it's always when you notice that she's tired, because she always forgets something important when she's tired. And she'll come out, she'll be like, oh, what's wrong with my cookies? Or what's wrong with my, brownies? They're flat. And I'm like, I started looking around the kitchen. And I'm like, did you remember to add the eggs? And she'd be like, no. So we always laugh about stuff like that, because, you can't blame nobody because you're in the kitchen by yourself. So it's just that means it's time to shut it down. And whatever this recipe is, you got to pick it back up in the morning, go to bed.
I'll be in the kitchen from sun up to sundown for 3 days straight. Nobody, come in unless they're making dinner or something. So, and the whole world will just be blocked off to me until I'm done,
So, that we laugh about that quite often, because we always wonder what's missing. What are you missing that, this came out this way, but they can talk about me for the very same reason, because I'll get to my events and it's like, I left the bucket, onion, the this, the that. I left onions. I left green peppers. I left olives on it. And my other half is just like, give me a list of what you left at home. And so now it's like a running joke of how many different things I'm going to leave when I get to my event. Even though we have checklists, we do. Yeah. It's still, no matter how efficient you are, you still leave something. So those are the two jokes between the two of us.
I think for me it's at the events when we start leaving certain things, or not leaving them at the event, but leaving them at home, and then saying, hey, we forgot this, hey, we forgot that. I'll be like, oh man, because we really need it, but we'll have to makeshift it. Say we left the bucket at home, right? Mm-hmm. The bucket for underneath the sink. We would get one of our bins and empty it out somewhere amongst all of our bags and buckets. And we would use that as a makeshift bucket for the day. But we would get what we needed, but it wasn't the right equipment.
Right.
So
we have to be ingenious. It makes our ingenuity come out for sure. We definitely do. We've been quite creative on the site, Mm-hmm. But we get by. It's become a running joke amongst both of us now, actually all three of us, as to what we left at home, and we gotta create something on the fly at the event.
Okay. And okay, so so this is for both of you guys too. So I'm pretty sure you guys probably help each other out and give aid to each other and all that type of stuff. But what do you think is the most important aspect of running a successful food business?
I think it's keeping track of sales. Honestly, keeping track of what you're putting out and bringing back in, because that'll let you know what you need to keep bringing back, and you'll make a profit from it, and then your turnaround would later on be a very great profit, because you're focusing on what you need to, and you're not putting energy in things that you no longer need, and you're no longer wasting your product on something that is not going to sell.
I would say trying to be more as organized as you possibly can be, even though you may have a system that's working for you. Is it the most efficient system? So you're constantly evolving to become more efficient so that you waste less time, waste less money. And like she said, streamline your products, you know, and so on and so forth. Just trying to constantly reevaluate what you've done and what you can do to get better.
Yeah, I'd say like every 3 to 6 months, I like to go over my book and like see what, you know, has been selling well and then hasn't been selling well. Or if, you know, I'll have a bad week, I'll go through my book and then I'll see what sold well. So the next time I re-up for the next event, I'll bring back what I need to bring back that'll make me a well profit. So the next time I have an event after that, I'll be able to, you know, bring back something new that they haven't seen before, but also bring back the stuff that they really enjoy so they can continue to come back and, you know, enjoy my product.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, those next questions. All right, so as how should I ask this? Okay, as women of color in the food industry, going to these vending events, you know, the possible diversity or maybe the lack of, what challenges have you guys faced in you know, getting your business going, you know, getting out there? Was there some times, you know, tell us about some challenges, some obstacles, if there were, you know, that where maybe race played a part, or maybe you being a female played a part. And if nothing happened like that, then that's good. But if there was, can you give us a little insight just for the people who are looking to start a business for themselves and how they can overcome these challenges when they appear for them?
I can tell you, yes, we started most of the farmers markets in Alaska. So I'm not sure if you know how much you know about Alaska, but it's not many of us there. And definitely not where we were. We were in Fairbanks, Alaska, the last city before you hit the Arctic Circle. Yeah. So it was a mixed audience. So to be nice and polite, and I mean this in a nice way, the hippie community accepted us and welcomed us very much so, because they saw our kindred spirit. And then as the staunch Republican side, not so much, but they still bought our products, but they didn't like us. But that was okay. I don't care. Your money's green. It doesn't matter. You know, so we kind of dealt with that. You know, we got cursed out. We got shunned. We got a little derogatory remarks, but that helped me teach my children that this is going to happen. You know, a couple of men made my children cry. I have 2 daughters, so 2 daughters were there. They made them cry, but I told them, for every person that makes you cry or hurt your feelings, look at how many people loved and liked you. Don't worry about it. And so we were able to move past that and be introduced to that world, but move past it when we left. Went back to Hawaii. And again, we got to Hawaii, back in the hippie community. Some liked us. We weren't hippie enough in Hawaii. And then the other culture, like the tourists that came in, they loved us. So again, for every one person that you get that doesn't like you, you have 3 people that do. And then we moved from there, and we're in California now. And man, it was hard starting the engine here in California, because our first time out the box, we were in a very, 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 very conservative neighborhood. And we were the only persons of color in the entire neighborhood. I don't know how I did this, but I accidentally moved into the wrong color neighborhood. So we're there. We make the best of it, and we go to a farmer's market. We get in, and almost for maybe a month, nobody would even buy anything from us. So after they got used to seeing us, then we gave out free samples. Then they started to warm up really slowly. And then they started to love our products. Now they call us, because we were in that market for 2 years. And so now they call us for their events. So we show up. We have to drive all the way back to Menifee and go to these events and serve at these events, and they love us and they rave about us both. So
hey, we sell out almost every time. So hey,
yeah. And California, I mean, in LA, complete opposite. as African American people, you know, we got to bring it
Locked together.
because everybody can cook. So therefore, you have to show up for the African American community. And we had the opportunity to get our feet wet in LA at the frat games. And whoo, that was a lot.
Yeah, you got to get our stuff together quick.
I had to brace my daughter because coming from Hawaii, they haven't had a lot of interaction with African American women, strong, opinionated African American women. So it took her back a couple of times with people being straight, direct, and stern. And I had to get her to understand the difference between a joke and, you know, a criticism. And then also I just had to be ready and on my game and make sure we always had everything that we needed to have so that we had little to no complaints. And that was our evolution. Now we're getting ready to do the triathlon, and that's a whole nother genre of people. And yes, we did our first triathlon last month, and it was cold. It was really cold. It's really, really cold. And I don't mean the temperature. But eventually, by the end of the triathlon, after standing there for 4 or 5 hours, they finally started to come up to her and buy her pastries. Then we started to go, and she almost sold out.
It only takes one, man. It only takes one.
Yeah. And so now the brewery is getting us. They're chasing us down. They want us to be permanent vendors. And the brewery is like, hands down, we want you here every weekend. This was the bomb. We love this event. You know, we didn't have any problems with that crowd. The one side of the booth was, you know, people coming up because they were drunk and they wanted my pasta so they could drive home. And the other side of the booth was like, ooh, pastry. So it was great. We did fantastic. Lauren sold out of everything on the table. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you only had like 2 pastas.
Yeah, and I came real close. I only had 2 pastas left. I was almost there, but it was a great night. So like I said, my advice to anybody starting a business here or business anywhere, no matter where you are in the country, persistence. You can't let that one person that is really, really mean to you deter you away from continuing, because you know your stuff is good. You know you're going to provide a good service. You have to stick to that and just go back at it again. Go back at it again. Find your niche, because I went to Pomona and I served at a Pomona event and didn't sell not one thing because my business did not cater to that crowd. And I understand that. But I didn't let it stop me from working in the business. I just moved. We're in America. That's the great thing about it. It's diverse.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, like the hardest, thing that we had to, encounter so far during this is the language barriers. Right. We've encountered like multiple different ones, like Spanish mainly because of the heavy Mexican population. Not saying that's a bad thing. I love my Mexican people. But it was like Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino. Yeah. I think we had a few German every now and again. Like I had Russian a couple of times. Like
Ukrainians, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I like to see the diversity. I do, but like sometimes that diversity comes with a heavy price because you're not used to their tone of voice or their demeanor because of where they come from, whether they were raised in the United States or not. They still have their nationality on the forefront, And I come from Hawaii, which is a melting pot. Believe me, there's a little bit of everything there, but there's so much aloha that you don't get that, nitty-gritty, harsh aggressiveness that you would when you come up here to the mainland. So it's just it's a different feel for sure. But I think I'm getting used to it now. I'm starting to get the hang of, having to kind of like not talk people down, but like kind of like move into a direction that will keep a lighthearted, emotion while we're in the encounter, rather than, completely doing a 180 and turning my back on them and shutting them as a customer. I always want to put that good foot forward first before, trying to shoo away a customer for being snooty,
Exactly. And that's pretty much what we do. We just try to change the channel. Whenever we are confronted with negative energy, basically, because believe me, we have people that come up and want to tell us their life story, and we're like, we have customers, you have to move along, but we don't say that. We kind of direct them, and literally we play this game where I point to the customer standing over there, and I move the customer that I'm speaking to over so that she can go ahead and service the next person, so we can push this person on out of the way, so we can continue to service customers along the line.
For some reason, people like talking to me.
Well, yeah, you guys are inspiring conversation.
It makes sense. You are definitely someone to talk to. That the energy.
Yeah. Let me ask you real quick. Do you guys speak Hawaiian? Is that another language or?
I do on occasion, but I don't speak it fluently. I can speak specific words or specific phrases, but I mostly speak Pidgin, which is a broken English version of Hawaiian and English, kind of.
Pidgin is kind of like English and every other language mixed together with English.
Thanks.
That was probably the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna touch on that a little later on in the show. We'll see what we can get a little introduction with that type of language in there. Because you might want to tell some friends back then, back there, that you guys been on the show,
Oh, you don't even know this. This is going out far and wide. Hawaii, Alaska, Georgia. This is going to St.
Every single state.
Yeah, we're definitely pushing this out. My daughter is waiting on pins and needles. I got 2 more daughters for you. They're coming to you too. You just don't know that yet.
I'm starting her photography again, and later doing the dog sitting and the hair and everything. So
definitely, you have 2 more interesting people coming your way.
Okay. Let me ask you this question, and I'm going to pass it back over to Keith. When it comes to marketing trends, how do you stay informed about industry trends, and what resources or publications do you find most valuable when trying to stay connected?
Well, believe it or not, Facebook is my friend. My daughter, the one that we're speaking about, she's the one who's heavy on us. She stays on us as far as social media goes. And she says that you gotta go on Facebook, you gotta go on Instagram, and you gotta get onto the sites and get into these groups that are looking for vendors, that are asking for events. And I spent the first year I was here just basically begging people to let us come to events. And once we got out there and got popular, now people call for us. So this entire year, from January up until now, I haven't begged anybody to be in any event. We literally have had people coming to us at events, asking us to be at the next event, the next event, and the next event. So we're literally booked all the way out to the middle of November because people keep asking us to come to their events for the next event.
And again, we are not complaining.
No. This has been an amazing year, and so we haven't had any. We're not complaining at all. It's been very consistent, but not overwhelming. So that's great, because we don't want to feel like, oh my God, we're stressed every weekend and we're so tired, we don't want to do it. But it's been a nice, constant, even pace to where we're not feeling inundated, and we don't have a chance to rest in between the big lavish events. And we've been a part of some amazing events. We enjoy ourselves at the events as much as we enjoy working. So
and definitely. The free food is amazing.
Awesome. And the events are so extreme. We don't do the same type of event every weekend. So it's not, we only do flea markets. I mean, we're doing flea markets, we're doing Christmas, events at churches. We're doing, triathlons, and then the next weekend we're at a concert
in the middle of the road.
We're
in the middle of the desert. Like
it's just so many different varieties of events that we're going to, and then we get invited. So once we're done working and we shut it down, we get to partake in whatever the event is happening. So we just had an extraordinary time, enjoying California.
Yeah, the boom. The boom.
Oh, the brewery.
The brewery. It was a chess competition. So it was a chess. They were playing chess tournaments, and it was like not worldwide. It was a California wide a chess tournament, and like all these different kinds of people are coming from everywhere, and they were like, if you want to play a game, you can, but I didn't have a moment to stop for a second and go play a game. I was busy, so I was very happy about that. So
we get exposed to a lot of different genres and people in California, and like I said, we've enjoyed California. I mean, we love hiking, fishing, camping. We're very big outdoors people.
yes.
So if nothing else, this business keeps us outdoors, and interacting with people and just just enjoying life. I mean, we just really enjoy it. So definitely we have had the opportunity to have a lot of exposure to a lot of different facets of California.
Okay.
I
Sounds
think
pretty good.
I think that's great that you guys are able to adjust, from Hawaii to some crazy place like California.
Why does everybody say
I
like that? Everybody says like we missed out on cultural things when we were in Hawaii.
You don't understand. We were in a little bubble. Like I had to learn how to live in the mainland. Like it's not
You bougie, you.
Right. I mean, you say that and we bougie, and then we tell you we live off the grid in Alaska. It's a complete.
I know. Somebody told me the other day, so I'm passing it along, and I lived in the hood, so.
I don't take offense to me. You can call me bougie all you want to. It fits. It fits. I'll take that.
That's right. I got a few questions for you, and I'm gonna take it back to your business setup, and then hopefully we can tell me a little bit about licensing. How you guys work through that, or if you necessarily have to have that because you're working out of home and stuff like that. What do you guys run across in being in California regarding that?
Well, I would tell you, California has 9,999 rules on starting a business. It is intricate and detail oriented. So I would say to the most of the general population, it's probably extremely intimidating. But I have a little of a background in bureaucracy. So I just took my time and went through it. But I will say to you that getting the food license was probably one of the hardest things to do because they're very detail oriented and they're very specific to what they will and will not allow you to do through your license, and especially a license where you work from home. As soon as our house is built, we'll have a commercial kitchen. But right now we're limited to what we can and cannot do because we are on a what is called a cottage license. And so that's permission to work out of your home. And then there's a number of different permits. And what I found to be sort of kind of strange is that you have to have a food permit, a vendor permit in every single city, individual city. So you spend a lot of your money
on permits,
trying to do these permits for every individual city. So Temecula and Lake Elsinore and San Diego and LA and Menifee. I have to have a food permit for each and every single one of these counties. And that's daunting, along with the event insurance.
The deputies will come and check. They will come and check.
So that's a little bit daunting. I feel like if I had a wish for all of this, I would love for us to be able to just get one license for the state of California and be done with it. I don't know why you need an individual city license in addition to the fact that you're paying for the state of California license.
Well, California is really strict on that especially when not just food vendors, home businesses, but all businesses that are out there that are going to events, especially different cities got different rules for what it is. And LA used to be pretty lenient on that, and then they got down with the road coaches have to get licensed now. But let me ask you this about that. Have you decided maybe you can work with a company to use their kitchen as a kitchen to make your food and then go out there as a place of, licensing to cook out of? I know people do that somewhat. Have you ever thought about that?
Yes, we have been working on that since we moved towards LA. But it is not easy. I mean, they want a lot of money. So first they want a lot of money per hour, and then they want a lot of money for a deposit. and we don't cook that much. I mean, believe it or not, our food is simple and quick.
Mhm.
You know,
You
she
can
may
do it in a
spend
day.
yeah, she may spend a long time in the kitchen one day, but we don't need that much of a length of time to be able to be in the kitchen to where we would want to invest that kind of money.
For like cooking time.
Yeah, so it'd be different if we need to cook something every single day to get to an event on Saturday, but we need basically 2 business days, and we're
Out
done.
of a month of paying for a kitchen, you know.
Yeah, so it would be like we did the math, and right now it would be a waste of money for us to go get a kitchen to rent until we have the insurmountable volume, or maybe we can rent for one event. Then then we would probably do it. But right now, as of right now, we'll just wait till we buy our own kitchen already. So that's
I see that, with what you're doing, but I was thinking, I'm just kind of asking questions as we go along here. I'm thinking, well, you got such a range of what you're carrying, and then you have a bigger range of who's buying. So I'm thinking, do you think at some point that somebody's gonna say, hey, I like to have your stuff in my store all the time. I like to have your stuff in my restaurant all the time.
We got a couple of those.
We definitely are there. And yet, believe it or not,
that makes it harder to do kitchen work. You may have to have a lot more. So tell me about that.
So we have a plan. We are working towards building a home that will have a commercial kitchen in it. So therefore, we will be able to mass produce like that and be able to have storage and be able to have facilities that will maintain large volumes of food cooking, and we'll have staff by then. Again, but us staying in our home, we can't hire staff, which is also painful experience as well. But we definitely are working towards being able to have a huge individual building on our property that will allow us to have a commercial kitchen. And the commercial kitchen will split in half because we do 2 different types of cooking. I do hot foods and she does baking. So she needs ovens and I need stovetop. So we will have a separate kitchen for each item. And then the health inspectors can come out and inspect our kitchen proper. And then we'll be able to hire staff, and the staff will be able to work in our kitchen, and we don't have to do as much labor as we are doing now. And then yes, we have been approached by different entities asking, can they have her food in their restaurants and in the gas stations and also in the grocery stores. But unfortunately, we can't support that at the moment.
Well, hey, you came to the right place.
Yes.
Find somebody to help you. I mean, I know that's kind of hard working with other people, but this is part of the podcast. Goal is to connect people together. So if that's something that you guys should, because I would hate to see you pass up opportunity sometimes when they're coming at you, and you may have to, sometimes they don't come as that way again, or maybe it's a little bit different to it. So when
her next line of progression is that she's been invited to be a part of the bridal show.
No, not that one. It was the mayor or something with the welcome basket.
Oh, the mayor of what's the beach? Manhattan Beach. The mayor of Manhattan Beach wanted her to start doing welcome baskets. As they bring politicians in, and they're getting ready to introduce them to the city for whatever reason. She wanted her pastries to be in her assistant wanted her pastries to be in the welcome baskets that they hand out to politicians that come into the city of Manhattan Beach. But unfortunately, again, we're not there yet. So we've had to step back from some opportunities, but we hope and pray that they come back our way.
We're going to plan on it, and we're going to execute this,
it's coming back. Plans. It's coming back. We both have had opportunities for people to be able to do bigger, better things, but we have to stay
smart about it.
We have to stay secure and not disappoint people. But if you can come up with a magical way that we can get a church kitchen, and once a week we can get into a church kitchen for a couple of hours, maybe 4 hours, that would be wonderful if you can make that connect.
Well, I would definitely be looking into trying to do something like that. But I was just thinking, is that really the issue there? Is just not being able to mass produce it or not having the proper license place to cook it? Is that what drew you back from those opportunities, or is it just something that you guys want to get to your own particular place? And I don't know if the place you're talking about is in Hawaii or here in California. Or you
No,
just
it's here.
For me, it's
Here.
just I'm only one person, I can only bake so much on my own. So I gotta wait until I'm able to one, train somebody else to help me in the kitchen, and then number two, I gotta be comfortable in the area that I'm cooking in, so I'm able to produce properly, because if you don't have the correct equipment and you don't have the right, intentions and stamina and focus and drive, everything's not gonna go well, especially with baking, because a lot plays into it when like emotions start to come into play, because how you feel is how you bake. That's how your product is going to turn out. So,
well, for me, it's just a matter of the license is easy. I mean, well, it sounds like that, but the license is pretty standard. When it comes to flipping the license over and making it into a commercial kitchen, that's not a problem as much as it is the location and being able to get that agreement that you can depend on long term, and then be able to sustain the business flow. So whatever it is that we're doing, we're getting more business. Okay, now when we get more business, we're going to need more employees. So we need more assistance to get to here, there, and everywhere. And we're already on that. We're actually looking in. I actually just did job interviews today, so that we can have more people to carry most of this stuff because it's heavy.
Yeah.
And then and then so that we have people to help when we, because of this triathlon that we're doing this weekend is supposed to be 1,300 people. And so the next triathlon that we're doing in November is supposed to be 2,100 people. And we're the only food vendor there. So we're going to be busting butt, for lack of a better word. But yeah, so we definitely want to hire temporary workers to help us with these events. So that is definitely something that's coming down the pike. So the more the opportunity we can get to have a bigger kitchen or a commercial kitchen that we could cook in, man, that would just be a whole nother level to our game.
Wow, that's just I guess that's a big important part, being able to handle the manpower to do all of that. So, but that is interesting. We definitely will be talking about that, after the show a little bit more. But how do you handle your loss? How do you handle loss? How do you handle?
I'm just being honest with you, we eat it. If we don't sell it to family and friends, if we don't sell it, we eat it.
we network with it, honestly,
right,
as well, because like the different events that we're going to, because we also do like what are those things? Those little like fests that we go to. Like it's like a Filipino festival or it's like a Hawaiian festival. So like we'll go there and we'll start talking with other vendors, and then we'll exchange cards, and they'll eventually call us back, or we call them back, or things just happen.
Or we go to like our nail salon, or parties, or we'll give a family friend. Somebody will come over, like the guy came to renovate our AC. We gave him a pasta, and next thing you know, we got 6 orders from him. Or then our next door neighbor took in a package for us, and we gave them some pasta, and that we got 4 or 5 more orders from them, and then. The storage guy at the storage facility, we gave him the leftovers, and he comped us a whole month of storage for free. I mean, it comes back to us. We leave with aloha, and basically we give away so we don't throw it away, and we ended up reaping the benefits from it.
Or sometimes I'll revamp it. Like I'll take whatever product I'll have and I'll make it into something new. Like crush it up, make it into crumbs, and then like put some cream inside of it and make cookie pops or make cake pops, or I'll do brownie pops, or I'll do I was thinking about doing pumpkin muffin pops, and just I have a whole thing covered in chocolate or covered in caramel, covered in marshmallow, covered in whatever I'm feeling for that week, and then top it off with some sprinkles or nuts or something. I don't know. But like I'll, retransform it, retransmute it, change it into something new.
So that's basically what we hardly ever throw things away. We don't have a lot of volume to throw away, namely because we've learned now to taper, the volume that we take with us so that we don't come home with as much. Mm-hmm. And so we basically come home and we may have like 4 or 5 items left and one of us will eat them. Mm-hmm. We just eat it, and if we have a lot, then we start giving it away. We want to give it to the homeless, but we did
a couple times.
Yeah, we did, but we're not always in the place to give it. Like when we were in LA, we can give it to the homeless because we know where to go. But when we were in San Diego, we're still learning where the homeless people are.
They like to be at the beach.
Yeah, so we have to learn where the homeless people are so we can give stuff away in LA. I mean, in San Diego.
Well, that's where that dancing come in, huh? Mixing that pasta, you gotta go shake it off right there.
Yeah, we have to get tapped into that industry. Yeah, we know that if we start dancing again, that's a whole nother genre of people that's gonna want to buy our stuff. Yeah, so
well, I think you guys got such a great opportunity because when I first met your daughter, going over there, I saw all of the people that was around her. I saw all the stuff she had, and I was just thinking, man, that looks good. Everything looks good. So there's a lot of time put into what she's doing, So just to see that you guys have been approached by business owners, by people that are in politics or other types of businesses that want to put your stuff out there, and to be restricted because you're trying to grow, and everything also have a cost to it as well. Trying to understand what it is I have to put out to actually be able to be a participant, and even in the events that you're going to is costly with the insurance and all of those things. So, but I just find it just like fascinating that you have such a following for your food and stuff like that. So, tell me a little bit about like how you intend to try to work with other people and your networking. What's your networking like? Do you have a lot of different other people like to church or other people that you've thought of that could work with you to help you with that, or you still want to do it on your own? You guys find that that's really where you work the best, is doing it on your own?
No, we network a lot with other vendors. Other vendors support us. They call us. They let us know what's going on. They ask us, do we need anything? We share where we buy different products at, like the ice and where we buy dry ice. And I saw this item on sale, and go to this and believe it or not, I'm the one who helps the other vendors. I actually connect vendors myself. I've actually been asked by several different vendors to host my own flea market, but I'm just not there yet.
It's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, so eventually I will probably start a flea market in Central California, so that we can have a huge variety of items and people just really enjoy themselves. It's not just I'm coming to get something to buy for fruit, or I'm coming to get something to eat. I want you to be able to stay at the flea market the entire day and be exposed to entertainment and spend the time with your family and have a variety of things that you are exposed to. But I'm just not there yet. We're in the middle of building a permanent home here in California, and I'm headed towards retirement.
We're building our empire.
And on that property, I'm not sure if you've noticed, the products that we're mentioning are all natural, like pumpkin and banana bread and oatmeal and all these different things are from the earth. So we both, me being the lettuce and all the pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and everything like that, we both want to grow our own items. So we're purchasing a piece of land to be able to do that. So you'll have a place where we plant our own items, we grow it, and then we'll be able to have a professional kitchen. So everything will be in one location, along with where we live. So we will be paying all our funds in one location versus all this money going all out everywhere, everything all at once type of thing. So that way we'll be more centrally located. And then the networking piece of it, again, will be able to help more people because I'm a bureaucrat. I can actually help a lot of people. I help small businesses, get their LLC, get their licensing, understand and maneuver their way through. I have my hand in a lot of different businesses across the country and all the way to Panama, to just basically start by helping them stand up. And normally I help them stand up, get going, and then I'm out. And then they take it from there. And people from all walks of life have showed me their appreciation and their support. So between Facebook, Instagram, and word of mouth, just literally, she puts the word out on a new product and it goes out across the country. And people support her, hands down. She doesn't even have to try hard.
Even though I do try hard. I try very hard.
Well, that's good. I'm really proud of you guys. So we're gonna take a break right now. We'll be right back with Miss Lisa. We'll be right back, guys.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Like group right here, we have the Hershey chocolate pudding cupcakes, topped with a stabilized whipped cream frosting, and sprinkled with a little bit of Oreos and one giant Oreo on top.
Yummy.
Yes, man. It was so soft. So soft.
Man. Okay, now what inspired you to make this type of dish right here? This creation?
So with this one, I wanted to do a cookies and cream type of cupcake, but I didn't want to make it like all the original cookies and cream that you would usually see in the grocery store, with the cream from the inside of the Oreo mixed in with the whipped cream on top of the cupcake, mixed with like the glaze and everything like that. No, I wanted to do something different, something innovative. So this is basically like a deconstructed, Oreo cupcake, basically. Because like you got the Oreo, which is the cupcake itself is the Oreo. Mm-hmm. Then you got the cream, which is the whipped cream that's sitting on top of it. And then you get a little bit of taste of what you're deconstructing, which is the Oreo itself on top. So you get a little bit of everything all in one, but a little bit of extra as well. All right. Okay. These ones are like sun rays, man. These are beautiful. These are my caramel cupcakes, but they also have caramel on top, baked inside, and inside of the frosting itself. So these are like caramel infused cupcakes.
They are so good. They are so good. It's a secret.
Yeah, and then they're sprinkled with some gold dust and with a single gold pearl in the center. And I just let them reflect in the sun because when they get warm, it's like the texture changes, kind of, and it's not stringy gooey, but it's like melty gooey, like
tantalizing.
It's just I don't want to be inappropriate, but it's orgasmic.
It's good. It's good.
It's orgasmic. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's how good it is,
Yes, it's like it's melting in your mouth. And all of these creations that I make, they're my own recipe. So it's my own caramel that I make from scratch. It's my own cupcakes from scratch, my own buttercream and other kinds of whipped cream, whether it's stabilized whipped cream, Swiss cream,
hold it right there.
Anything. All of it is my own recipes. Or it's my dad's buttercream. You might get a little mix of the both as well. This right here is my carrot cake. So this is I believe it's a 9x9 carrot cake, round carrot cake with buttercream frosting. No, it's cream cheese frosting. Sorry, excuse me. And then it has a coating of shaved carrots around the edges, and then it has some yellow pearls and some gold dust as well over the top, with a little bit of sanding sugar as well.
This is a fall season bestseller.
Yes. So I'll bring carrot cake back in a couple of weeks. That's when everybody starts to crave carrot cake. So I'm gonna do it right.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to order some of this stuff right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is my sweet tooth for sure.
Yeah.
So you're about to run across, I was going to say,
That's
my
a caramel
favorite.
bundt cake. A caramel bundt cake. So that's basically all it is. It's my yellow cake recipe with my caramel recipe. And it I think it was my not big mom. It was an aunt or a grandma.
Grandma.
Great grandma. Sugar?
My great grandmother's name is Sugar, and she went to Atlanta and acquired this recipe last year.
Yeah. From a family friend.
No, from my aunt. My aunt passed this on to her. Yeah,
so much family. So much family.
It was hard getting this recipe, but she got it, and with honor, they passed it off to her.
Yeah, and I think I successfully. I got a comment saying that I was really, really, really close to getting it almost exact to how she made it, because the only difference was the consistency of my caramel versus her caramel. Hers is more like a frosting, and mine is more of an icing.
Yeah, her caramel cake can go through the mail. I can testify to this because she used to mail it to me in Hawaii, and it was like rock hard, but the cake stayed unbelievably moist in the middle. So we don't know what the heck was in this caramel icing, but she's really damn close. So we're gonna keep working on it.
Yeah, work in progress.
Yeah, it looks real shiny.
Thank you.
Real shiny.
That's the greatest compliment for caramel ever. You didn't even to be able to see your reflection in your car.
Yeah, it's like it's glowing to me, like, you know, like
it's going
out there. Like, what is on there?
I mean, come into the light, Caroline.
Like, yeah. Dude, the other ones that I did, I had some lighter caramel ones, and you can like literally see your face. Like, I had the hardest time trying to take pictures of this caramel cake because like the reflection, it was so unfair. It's a vanilla bean cupcake with peppermint frosting. And man, when I tell you, this is like, it's like you're eating one of those peppermints that you get thrown from a parade, you know? It's like one of those, but like in a cupcake form. But it's good, you know? It's like a subtle, it's soft, it's not too strong. You get peppermint inside of their cake, especially with the vanilla bean. The vanilla bean brings out that flavor and kind of like puts like a nice cooling mask over, you know, the peppermint itself. And then like, it's like this soothing, kind of like how you were doing like a hot chocolate, you know, kind of similar to that, but with peppermint. So I kind of like how that goes.
You know what I always wanted to ask people that's doing that, like, how do you, well, I guess you got to research it, but how did you come up with the sizing of it and getting like all these little cake holders and different little things? Did you have the research into that? Is that something that came along with the rest? You know, how did you come about learning to do all that?
My mother owned a bakery when I was a kid, and so we grew up in the house where we had to order all these things. We lived with these things in our house 24/7. So that I had that background already, and for her, it's just picking which one that I lay in front of her to choose from.
I mean, like, is this a website that you go to or you can play?
Yeah, we go to Uline. It's a shipping and storage.
Yeah, it's a shipping company, like a bulk product. Yeah, and so basically what they do is, well, Lauren went to school. First of all, you understand she's a chef, so she went to school and they teach them how to
package and display,
and present their items. And so with her going and doing that, she already has an idea or a concept in her head, and I just kind of like run around in circles until I match what she's thinking, you know. And then
not an easy concept. I'm not saying that's easy.
Know? And so like I present 3 items and like with this package, and she'll go, well, I like this, but I need this on this, and I need a Ziploc bag on this, or I need the smaller packaging, I need a lighter content. So we really collaborate for a while to get the perfect look before we put a product on the table.
And trust me, so I have to change again.
And so where we have what you're looking at right now, and she was in front of the VA for a year, and the VA hosted her, and at this table inside in front of the VA for a year. So she got a chance to develop and really be able to
my footing.
be able to test products on a lot of the people at the VA, and they were very happy.
Especially with the patients who are also diabetic. It gave me a chance to dip into the sugar-free and the gluten-free side. So like I did like a few tests here and there with the vegan Oreo, and then I also did like a vegan like a oatmeal carrot cookie. So I've done a few of those. So I'm still testing it out. I didn't get very good traction for those, especially being, sugar-free or gluten-free. So I'm going to try out some new products to see if I can get somebody to swing on by and try it for me.
The most holistic thing that we carry is the oatmeal raisin cookie. But the amount of sugar that goes into it kind of cancels it all out.
No. So a lot of my stuff, I pride myself on this. I don't add a lot of sugar to all of my products. The most sugar you'll get in all of my products is probably the Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie Treat and the brownie. But anything else, it probably only has about maybe a cup, maybe a cup and a half of sugar at the most. But that's as far as you'll get, honestly.
I will tell you that a lot of the products, by them being made with natural bases, like the oatmeal, the pumpkin and banana bread, they do have a richness to them. And so the benefactor ends up being that you end up going to the restroom behind them because they're so rich.
They're active in your system.
Right. They definitely come back around and help.
They're just pushing out the bad stuff for the good,
So they have
that doesn't sound right. So we're gonna eat some sweets and then have to go to
you get
diarrhea or something like.
No, I won't say that. I will say that it's a rich product. So, you eat a lot, you get a benefit,
So it's like it helps you move the food through your body, right?
Right. And if you if this is one of those things, if you overindulge, it's a good thing. Put that way.
It's a laxative.
No, it's never.
It's a laxative.
It's much of something.
That's what I was looking for. It's a laxative, yeah.
Yeah, basically, like I said, if you overindulge, it's a good thing. You're gonna get a twofer.
You might get a little bit.
So, but definitely, I would say everything else in it it's nothing in it that is toxic or artificial. None of her products are toxic or artificial. We do have a couple things we have to let people know about with food allergies. We have a couple nut products like peanut butter cookies, and we have a walnut cookie that we do. So we have to let people know. People do come up to the table and be like, is this gluten-free? No. Is this diabetic? No. It's like, is this flour? What's the other one that they asked for? Gluten-free?
Yeah, that's gluten-free. Gluten-free, sugar-free.
No, wheat. They asked, is this wheat-free? I'm like, no. Just keep going. I can't help you on this table. No. But
I'm working on it though. It's just there's a lot of ingredients that play into those, and you got to do a lot of math and chemistry behind creating new products as well, especially from scratch. So it's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm working on it though. It's in the progress.
So this is what he's showing you. You better talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The pumpkin.
All right. So these are the pumpkin muffins, specifically the chocolate chip pumpkin muffins. That's basically all there is to this, because they're moist and they're fluffy. But on occasion they can be a dense muffin, but sometimes it's good because of the chew. Like a lot of people, it starts to get technical. I'm not gonna get technical.
I'm gonna just say here for the record, put this in the microwave with some vanilla bean ice cream and give it about 30 seconds with them chocolate chips oozing out the middle. Man, it's gonna change your life.
Man,
That's all I gotta say.
I heard that.
All right, yeah.
That looks different. That's different right there.
Yeah.
So if you just keep on clicking, I have more pictures back there.
So this is what you're currently looking like right now.
Oh yes,
when you set up.
One of my most recent setups.
That was a brewery we did about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the Boomtown Brewery.
We were at an event during the day, and the brewery came out and asked us to stay at the event during the night, and that's when we just blew up on them.
Yeah, so we had like chocolate chip cookies, we had snickerdoodles, we had peanut butter cookies, we had walnut chocolate chip, butterscotch, apple saucers, oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, fruity pebble rice crispy treats, chocolate fudge brownies, banana bread, ooey gooey butter cake, chocolate pudding cake slices, and then pumpkin muffins, chocolate chip pumpkin muffins, and brownie pops.
Those are snickerdoodles, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever had snickerdoodles from when you was young and you remember you went to grandma's house and she had snickerdoodles sitting on the table? You guys know what those are?
Yes.
Okay, her snickerdoodles with a nice cup of tea, man, it take you back to your childhood every day.
So those right here are the peanut butter cookies. I want to try these so bad, but unfortunately, I'm not able to because I'm allergic to peanuts.
But they taste good.
These right here, these are the oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And then we got the walnut chocolate chip cookies. And then after that, we have the apple saucers, which is basically like an apple pie, but in a cookie form. So basically you're getting that crust, and then you're getting like the apple filling, just like a small little dibble dabble, but it like dribbles over the sides and the dough. So it's like you're literally getting an entire bite of an apple pie, but in a cookie form. It makes no sense, but it makes complete sense, you know?
No, that's something.
Okay, those are the snickerdoodles, and they're kind of thick, fluffy, and soft. Like they're soft to the touch. Like to package them is really hard because they'll break on you super easy.
They're like a tea biscuit if you've ever had one of those before.
No, I haven't done tea biscuit.
You haven't lived until you've had tea biscuit. Hello, I'm Lisa Egerson. I'm the owner of DeAndre'S Delectable Delights. We sell pasta, pastries, and salads. And please come and join us and enjoy the show. We are going to be working with KF&JF podcast, and it's going to be an entertaining, exciting, and exhilarating event. To do this one time. I forgot why. And she did that for me. Look, Lauren's never seen this video.
No, I've never seen this before. I'm like, what the heck is this video?
I don't know. We was going to go somewhere, and I took all these pictures that you sent me, and I was like, Kivana, put this together for me right quick. And she did it. It's really nice. It's got music to it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, wow, that's a really nice video. Who did that?
But anyway, I'm sorry. This is my product. So we make custom-made salads. What you see in front of us is a salad that has tomatoes, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, cranberries, raisins, feta cheese, Parmesan cheese, sunflower seeds, and black olive, green olives. All of that on one salad, and we make we usually offer balsamic vinegar or a ranch dressing to go over the salad, and you put it on there yourself. We don't pour it on there for you, and we hand this to you, and it's a nice little healthy meal while you're walking around.
All right, Dan. I like salads too.
Yeah, picture the pasta salad.
Yeah, I'm going down. He's going down. So these are just events that we went to over the summer. That was the frat games. We served at the frat games for like 6 weeks, I think it was.
It was a good event.
Yeah, I got to watch baseball while I was cooking. That was awesome. That was awesome.
I like to watch the people dancing. They were doing their
the stepping and stuff.
Stepping, yeah. You go down one more picture, you'll see the steppers in front of our booth.
Oh, okay, that looks like the what is it? The Finer Divas.
The Zetas, yes.
Yeah.
That was Zeta Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, it's it's like everybody. What's that?
That's more Lauren stuff. That's not mine. That's another video of more. I got stuff of Lauren's on my page. So that's the BRC that we was at on the 27th. Trying to catch up with you. So these are cold pasta salads. So I make a hot pasta and I make a cold pasta salad. And the cold pasta salad is regular pasta, and then it's got green olives, Parmesan cheese, sunflower seeds, cranberries, green pepper, red pepper, onions, and tomatoes on it. And then again, you can use a balsamic vinegar to put on top of it at your leisure.
Balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, it's a raspberry walnut vinaigrette. Lauren used to make the vinaigrette for me, but she got too busy. Now she don't have time.
That stuff, because I made it was a raspberry or it was a grapefruit.
We used to make a different one every week.
It was a vinaigrette made from scratch, and that stuff was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. The orange one was really good. I'm sorry. This is a hot pasta, and this is a hot red marinara, and we fixed all these foods. This picture that you're looking at are pictures that we served the homeless at Thanksgiving, and we got down there and we served this food we were ready to serve the food to the homeless, but the workers were fighting over the food. They was trying to buy it from us. And we were like, no, we bought this food to serve the homeless. We're not, and they're like, this food is too good to give to the homeless. I said, but let me ask you a question. Why you gonna give somebody that's homeless a bad meal? Why? They deserve a good meal too. So that's why we decided to go ahead and we served them a beautiful marinara. And the marinara you see there has turkey sausages on it. And it has olives, green peppers, red peppers, tomatoes, and also Parmesan cheese on top.
Yeah, that looks like a lot in there right there. That looks like a lot of different flavors.
You can put whatever you want in there.
Right. You can stand in front of me at my booth and tell me I want this, and this. I flip it in front of you and have it to you within 7 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unless it's a long line that I'm not responsible for. So this is just a larger version of our salad when we make it in large quantities and for catering events. That particular salad has mushrooms on it. Same thing. A pasta, a salad, and a dessert, or you get a pasta, a salad, and a drink. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that's different.
Yep, for $20.
$20. You're making bank. You're killing them, huh?
I don't remember half these things.
That's not yours. That's my son's brownie, not hers. She's like, I don't remember that. I'm like, because you didn't make that. That's DeAndre's brownie. So one of the things that I didn't mention this whole time is DeAndre Delectable Delights also has a arts and craft division where we sell collectibles. So during the off season, which is normally in January, but we're going to be busy this year. We sell, if you push that button, it plays a video and it shows you all the collectibles that we own, and
comic books, collector's cards, these Matchbox cards,
baseball cards, and all kinds of different things.
DC Marvel comic,
Beanie Babies, So this is also. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just because I got some comics right here that we need to get appraised right now. So
yeah, I'm in the process of appraising our baseball cards and basketball cards right now, and again, that's all paying for our home. We have enough that we'll be able to build our home from the ground up with our collections.
He said he was gonna give me you.
I did too. I was gonna say, please don't give me no more comic books.
We don't have anywhere to put them.
I'm trying to get rid of these things so bad. Yeah, so that's the Negro League, the National Negro League baseball cards right there.
Oh, okay.
So we have a nice collection. I've been selling this stuff throughout the year, so I'm getting ready to go hard in the paint on the last week of October and November and December 1st. I have card shows coming up.
Trying to get them certified.
Yeah, I've had them rated, so I've had a whole bunch of stuff rated, so they're ready to go out.
Man, so you guys be doing the food, doing the helping out with people, doing their licenses. You got collectibles and things going on. Plus, y'all be dancing and stuff like that.
It's a happy balance, man. You got to work life balance.
You're staying busy. You staying busy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of them old tracks we used to get hit with back in the day.
Remember those? Remember when they used to be on the first floor down to the basement? These kids don't even know what a basement is.
You gave us one.
Yeah, we used to have so much fun as kids,
down
man.
In a dark basement, growing with a potato in the dark.
That wasn't a normal.
That was my basement.
She's talking about a basement in Alaska, which was a subfloor of our house. It wasn't done yet.
You got a lot of stuff right there.
I was planting the potato.
Yeah, so we did the Pasadena Comic Con. We had a booth there, and then we did a car show in Palm Springs later on this year. So we're gonna close out the year with a show, and that's a church that invites me back for the arts and crafts every year in December. I take all my leftover arts and crafts to this event, and the kids come in and they come in and buy gifts for their parents. So whatever I have miscellaneous laying around, one-offs or whatever, I take it to this event and these kids eat it up, And they blew me out the water last year because I'm used to kids only having $20. Yeah, no, these kids came through the door with like $150. I was like, oh, I know. I was like, I wasn't prepared for these kids to have this much money.
But we gotta remember that we're in the mainland. We're not in Hawaii anymore, where struggle is real in some areas of the island,
So next year I will be ready, or this year in December, it's December 20th, I believe. I will be ready for these kids to bring it, and I will bring my stuff to fill up my table.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for taking a look at those, man. I tell you, if you guys if you're diabetic, just turn away.
I'm trying to work something out for you, okay? We're gonna get there.
Have your kids tell you what it looked like, But I tell you, if you saw what I saw, man, I'm going to be looking for them as soon as I find out where they're going. I'm going to be right there hanging off the side with and I am a diabetic, so I'll make sure I got my insulin all ready to go and take my shot, and I'm going to dive in. So I'm looking forward to it. So thank you guys for returning. Let's get back into the show. Let's go. Razak?
All right. Okay, so so this is the question we generally ask a lot of people. Is there was like a defining moment in both of you guys' career where you, I don't know, maybe said like, okay, so let me try to readdress this. Like a defining moment, meaning like, okay, like when you guys started, there might have been those little hard, rough patches. Could have been, maybe not. And then there was that point in time where you said, this is the thing that I want to do. I want to make a career out of this. This is going to start putting food on the table. This is a long journey ahead that you're going to be committed to. Is there any point in time that you can pinpoint when you started thinking and having that mindset?
I would say we worked in the flea market for 1 year. And for me, when we set up this business, it was just to raise money for my son to go to the 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip. And when the year came to a close, the market closed, and people called us back. And that's when I realized, okay, this is real. This is not just a temporary thing that we're going to do to raise money for a fundraiser. This is I'm all in, and this can make real money for the family. And that's when I decided I had to get serious and get all the licenses and do everything that I needed to do to make this a real business.
And for me, honestly, I don't really know. It was, I guess you could say, there was two moments that impacted my life heavily. That eventually persuaded me into, restarting my business after a long time of putting it on hold after I was, in school, after, college and after high school. So pretty much the first one is during 12 years old. The reason why I moved up to Alaska was my grandma and my grandpa passed away. And eventually we moved up to Alaska, and then that's where the whole thing started. And then we moved back to Hawaii, and then, lived our life. I went through high school and everything, and then that's when I went to college in Colorado. And then from there, I got my footing, I got my schooling, and then, I was like, okay, it's time to live life now. Things happen, and situations occur that you're not always going to plan for, and you just gotta pivot, like my mom likes to use that word. So so that's exactly what I did. I pivoted, and I had to figure out a new way to live for myself and make a living, so I was lucky that my mom was here to like help me with a lot of that process, whether it be for like business wise or just being here, you know, as a mom, doing her. I don't want to say it's like it's not necessarily like a duty, but it's like something that she wanted to do, from the kindness of her heart. Yeah, I think that's how I would do it.
Okay.
And to come full circle, the epiphany moment for both of us is we recently this summer traveled back to Alaska to have the opportunity to go to this market that we began in.
That was insane.
And the people came out, and the first thing they said to her,
"We remember you."
is did you bring pumpkin muffins?
Like, we remember you. I still have your art hanging on my wall. It's signed and everything. Like,
Yeah, she used to do art. She used to do painting at the flea market as well. In between baking, and first thing they said to her is, "We remember you. You're the pumpkin muffin girl." And it's so funny because for a long time she tried to get away from the image of being connected to the pumpkin muffins, and then it's so funny because as life has it, that's her number one seller. It brings her back. Is what she's known for, and she ends up right back in the fold of those pumpkin muffins.
really keeps on coming back.
But it was just amazing that we've been gone from Alaska for almost 12 years, and they still remember her. It's crazy. It's majorly crazy.
Mind-boggling.
And we're still able to this very day to trade a dozen of her pumpkin muffins for a whole half of moose, like moose steaks and moose fajitas and moose ribs. And we can barter and trade her her pumpkin muffins for moose because they like them that much up there.
I don't know about that. She said moose.
It's another
like that. I know you like the deer meat, some moose meat. That's some good meat.
Well, let me tell you, moose meat takes deer meat to a whole nother level.
See, I'm only talking from her experience because I don't eat things that I can see on the side of the road. You hear me? I won't eat them. I won't eat the moose. I won't eat the wolf. I won't eat the fox.
If it has 4 legs and it runs across my backyard, it's fair game.
No.
It's the circle of life.
All right. Let me ask you guys this real fast. Okay, so how did you navigate your career path to reach your current position, and what lessons have you learned along the way? And this is going towards, I know you just told us a whole lot of stuff about how you guys got to where you are, but how did you navigate that to get to right now? Because you had just mentioned a lot of events, and people are saying come back. Hey, I want you guys to start always doing this. And a lot of people have been doing this for years and might not haven't landed a stable, consistent person always calling them back. So, you know, I mean, what can you tell us about how did you accomplish that? You know, I mean, what was it? Your hospitality? Was it just you just got good food? Was it, you know, I mean, you know, how did you accomplish that?
I would definitely say it's definitely our personalities first of all, because we both are very, if you can't tell from the video, we're both very big individual people. So each individual has their own personality, and so a lot of people are drawn to our personality. That's number one, and then number two, we definitely communicate and pay homage and respect to whatever organization we're working with. When we go, we don't try to sneak out the door. If we're supposed to pay a fee for the booth or whatever have you, we make sure our business is done properly, and then we leave and clean up our place when we leave. So people like that you respect the event. The third thing is we do our paperwork. You know, we don't try to shuck and dive and sneak, and whatever deadlines they have, we honor the deadlines. We communicate with the people. If they say, you know, load and unload, be set up by this time, break down by this time, don't try to leave before the event is over. Again, honoring the event and respecting the organizers. And from there, we put a cherry on top, but our products are good and people enjoy it. And most of the time, we pay the first item made or the first item sold or given away per se. We take it to the event coordinator and we gift them the item that we're selling for that day. So they may get a pasta and a pastry. You know, we take it to them, or a glass of lemonade or whatever they have. Sometimes those people run around in circles all day and don't get to eat, and so they're happy to see that food. And believe it or not, that food seals the deal for us, because now they know what it tastes like. They didn't have to buy it, and they want us back. Mm-hmm. So that's basically our business model that we rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Okay. On this side of the fence, like, I like to say that I like to stand on truth and justice, man, forever. Because, like, without those two things, how you gonna run anything? You know, it's gonna fall apart once everything gets all chaotic and jumbled up. So the best thing to do is put your best foot forward and keep it, straight. Keep 100 with everybody you're doing your first encounter with or your last encounter with, no matter what it is. Treat them with the same dignity and respect that you would as your mom or your dad or your cousin, whatever. And like that spirit of aloha will forever stick with us, because, I was raised that way, and my mom, she was on the island and lived there for a long time. So like she incorporated that into her own lifestyle, so it's always going to be with us. We're always going to love our ohana forever. Our family is always going to stick with us. So I just hope that can, take us far,
Okay. Thank you. Keith?
I think you said a lot there with trying to be real and 100. I think that's what every business owner, I hope, strives to do, because just like you're talking about passing out that salad or cake to the vendor coordinator, he eats it, now he knows what you're about. It's the same thing when you're talking about being honest and truthful. Once you pass that out and people know you're that type of person, then you definitely hold up something powerful that most people don't have, because there's a lot of fakeness in the world as far as business and how people do things. So I definitely appreciate you mentioning that, and someone that has that type of attitude is definitely someone like your mom should be. Definitely, I'm sure she's really proud of, and you're standing out and shining like that.
Absolutely. My brightest star. If you can't tell, she kind of is like my mini me. We kind of look alike. So I guess I definitely have a lot of pride in this one. I have 4, but this one looks like me. So big pride.
Yeah, for sure. She looks like you, but she also looks like herself.
Absolutely. She's unique. So exactly.
I didn't want to say it. I just wanted you to say it for sure. Let me get into a couple more questions that I have, and one of them is regarding, you're a chef, right? You said you're a chef.
Yes.
You go to culinary school and everything?
I am a self proclaimed chef, but I have had schooling for about 3 years.
Well, I
It
don't
was
know.
at Johnson Wells University.
I think I put that name on my back too. I'm a chef. So.
I keep telling her, the only reason she didn't graduate was because of COVID.
It was because of COVID.
She was literally 30 days from graduation, and COVID shut her school down.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm like, girl, you a chef.
You got all the talent. You know what? And it shows in the way, like your presentation on your food, the way you got things set up. All those are certain techniques that I can tell comes from someone that has some kind of background and trying to.
I've been in the kitchen since 10 years old,
because
so it shows.
Normal person don't have that, because I love to cook. So I think that's something that I can see in what you're doing. So for both of you guys, can you talk a little bit about your legacy? What's something that how do you see yourself? I know you're young over there. You probably haven't really thought about a legacy, but you're actually walking a legacy up. You're actually doing things that will be noticed. People will be noticed. Your family, your brothers, somebody's looking at you. And for your mom, what she has she's dumping all of this energy and making sure she's got home and all these things to build separate kitchen. So she's trying to make something happen. Talk a little bit about that and how you guys see it.
Well, our legacy, we're like, again, going back to nature. The entire family is dedicated to nature. So our family legacy that we want to leave is that we're going to give back. That we be able to restore,
go back to our roots, natives.
We will be able to restore trees back to the environment, and we'll be able to contribute back to the earth in the ways we can. We'll be able to share our lives with people, and people will know our family because they enjoy being around us for different reasons. Because again, we're all individual people. If you meet the collective all together, you'll get a chance to see you have 5 distinctive individual people in front of you. It's not like you meet one, you meet them all. It's not like that. You definitely have a different experience when you talk to each and every one of us. And that way, I am building my legacy by being able to allow my children to flourish and be successful, whatever path they want to take. I want them to be successful and legal in doing so. And then also being able to leave them a big, beautiful home with their own homes established on them, so that my granddaughter will not have to pay for college.
Nice.
Will not have
Some
to.
scientists in the making.
Yes, my granddaughter will not have to pay for or apply for financial aid for college. So I aspire to be able to have the first person in my family, be able to go to college without having to seek financial aid. Hopefully that one of these kids end up being successful enough to be able to pay for my daughter to go to college, my granddaughter to go to college, or myself, which I'm already there, but they don't know that. But I'm just saying I'm already there, but I'm choosing to give them a home and a piece of land. We will be having 20 acres of land that we'll all share and be able to flourish and live out the rest of our days.
What was the question? Sorry, I got distracted.
Legacy.
So my legacy, so my projection is to be in 5 years at least have one mobile truck. That I would like to have a mobile bakery, so I'm able to just do a pop-up like I do with the farmers markets, but instead of having to go to a place and it's designated and you're stuck there and you have to move your whole setup, your whole tent, your whole table. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to open up my window and then close my window, and that's it. You just drive away and just have all my permits and everything for that, and eventually I'll have a building later along the line eventually, and with that comes the land and the garden and then everything else that plays into it. So I just hope everything falls into place.
Well, I tell you what, 20 acres of
Mhm.
It's enough for everybody to just be coming. You won't have to leave. You just park your truck right there
That's
on
the
the
whole idea.
right there on the lot, and that's a lot of land to have. It's kind of like my it's kind of my sister's dream to have a big facility where the whole family can be, together somewhat, and so she has brothers that cook. She wants a kitchen where everything's in there, big whole huge kitchen. Everybody comes out, but I didn't think she was talking about 20 acres. I thought she was maybe talking about a couple, 2 or 3 acres. But I like to hear you talk. Were you talking about doing that in California, or were you talking about
Yes,
doing that?
we are doing it in California. We're in the process of going into escrow. So we're almost there, down the home
Okay.
stretch. If I can stop being redlined, I can be successful.
Well, all I can tell you is Razak and I, we don't need much land. We only need like, 100.
Look at it. They talking about this my corn over here.
Only 1 acre.
Well,
It's nice to see. It's nice to see. Our people doing that. But let me ask you this: since you're doing all that, we like to ask this question. It's regarding mental health. So, how do you deal with the mental health? What are some of the things that you're working on to make sure that you are, solid, strong with all of the other things that have gone on in your life? Both of you
Well,
guys.
I will tell you, it's very, very important to have work-life balance, and our work is my. I go to work at the bureaucracy that I was telling you about. That takes care of the bills. This is this is family. All the business is with family. That's how I spend my time with my kids, teaching and learning and living. And then the hobbies that I do is dancing. That's my exercise and my entertainment at the same time. So I believe I play hard, I work hard, so you got to have work-life balance, you got to have a social life, you got to have friends and family. You can't just go one way or the other, and that takes care of your mental balance, because you need to the security and the safety of your family, but you also need the tranquility and the escape of your friends. And that way you have the work-life balance. It's important to have friends as well as family, because without those, you kind of lost and lonely. And I see a lot of lonely people nowadays that have a lot of different challenges for different reasons. And I would like to quote a gentleman that I just heard the other day. He said, we work hard in life, to read all these books, to learn all these things, but we don't spend time learning how to be good friends. And so I would like to attest to the fact that I will spend the rest of my days working on building and keeping and maintaining my friendships.
I would say for my mental health, I'd say to be able to what's it called? I'm sorry, I'm blanking. What's it called? Like the self love.
Self love.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. So self love is a really big thing for me. So that consists of fruit and herbal baths. I'm a heavy spiritual person. I'm heavy into it. I love it. It's everything to me. It's my whole life. So I'll do baths. I'll go outside. I'll sit with nature. I'll go hang out with somebody. Listen to music. Music is my therapy. Hardcore. And I have a different kind of genre for every single different type of feeling that I'm feeling. So my best thing or my biggest thing is that I'm trying to consistently work through my emotions and feel them, and not just push them down and push them aside so they're no longer existent. I'm trying to sit with myself, learn myself, understand who unique is. So because I feel like once I do that, I'll be better prepared for what comes later on when those questions come up, like, who are you? Where do you see yourself going? What do you think you'll do in the next 10 years? So I feel like once I started learning those things about myself and how I start to become centered in one. Yeah. You know, it's the feelings of being able to touch back to my inner child. You know, find her again, because then I'll find love again.
Yeah.
And magic.
Put the magic in.
Yeah, I think you carry yourself with all of that. You know, you're a magical person. You got a good personality. You're well rounded. You have a lot that you're exhibiting now in this interview that I think, like I said earlier, that not only makes your mom proud, but you know Razak and I too, because we see a lot of people come on the show and we know some levels of where people are and trying to understand who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate you taking that time to be, to understand self-love and what that means and how to take care of yourself, because mental health is a big part of that. And if you don't love yourself, then it's hard, because you always expected someone else to have to love you for you
Exactly.
to feel loved, and you don't need that. You can do that on your own. You don't have to do that. So I like to be able to give you guys some time. I know we spent some time. We're going to do some other stuff later on, but I want you each to take the time on this screen to promote your business, talk about how people can get a hold of you, talk about how you want people to see you when you're out there at these events. Each one of you.
All right. So I'm gonna close with DeAndre Delectable Delights. Is one of those businesses that you find in the market. If you're a foodie, come look for me, because I'm gonna give you a tantalizing, tasty, nice, beautiful, full flavored food experience when you go ahead and taste one of our pastas or one of our custom made salads, or even one of our cold pasta salads. And we try to bring a variety of flavors to you, along with some herbal teas that are made in the sun. We have sun teas that are sassafras, mint tea. We have apple cider. And then we have cinnamon teas and lemonade. So please stop by our booth whenever you see our names out there, or you see that logo floating by and like, oh, DeAndre Delectable Delights is here. Come on, stop by, share a story, enjoy the time. Revisit us if you've already had the luxury of tasting our food. Come tell us what you really enjoy so we can top that once again. You can always reach me, Lisa. I'm the one who books myself and Unique. You can reach me at 808-386-4323. Again, my number, 808-386-4323. Or you can DM me. I'm just learning that term. You can reach me at DJ Delectables09, DJ Delectables with an S, 09. On Instagram anytime you can, or you can send me a picture, or ask where we'll be at, or either you can look for me on Facebook at Lily Egerson, and that way you can send me a message on Messenger as well. And we also have a Facebook for DJ Delectables as well. So there's a number of ways you can reach out to us. If you see us floating by, don't hesitate to grab a card. Come on over, see if you can book an appointment while we're at an event. We'll be happy to find out and let you know whether or not we're available. And again, just reach out and we'll be happy to serve you. We also do catering. So if you want us to cater an event, reach out to us for catering purposes. We don't mail for DeAndre Delectable Delights, but we will deliver anywhere from San Diego all the way up to LA. So just let us know. We go any city in between. Thank you very much for having us. It was an amazing experience. I enjoyed so much talking to you guys.
And as for Unicorn Bakery, as we close out today, we are going to say that we are here just to have fun and have good food. You hear? Because without it, we ain't gonna go nowhere. We're not gonna live. We're not gonna thrive. We're not gonna succeed. So if we have good food out there and good vibes, we'll continue succeeding. And you can reach me at Unicorn Bakery at Unicorn Bakery 22 at gmail.com for the email, 808-721-0886 for my phone number, or again 808-721-0886 for the phone number. For the Instagram, you got uni.bakery, uni.bakery, or you can do the Facebook Unicorn Bakery. Got a lot of ways to contact us. You can do it any kind of way. I will answer mostly to my phone number and the Instagram DMs if you really need to get a hold of me seriously. And I will close off saying that I hope we get to meet you and you get to try a little bit of our food, and I get to put a little bit of magic in your life. And I hope to see you guys soon.
That's great. That's great. Let me ask you another question here. Just tell me a little bit about, you guys have done podcasts before?
This is my first one.
This is our first one.
Okay. Talk a little bit about what you thought about when you first started, and questions and things like that. Just give us an idea of what your thought process was coming out to the podcast, and how you feel about what you've done so far for your business.
I think podcasts are great. It gives you the opportunity to go into more in depth about whatever questions you have for us, and gives us the opportunity to express a full thought versus a short little blurb on a radio or a 20-second commercial. I appreciate the podcast because it gives a full body experience when you're interviewing or getting to know an establishment of any type. I didn't know what to expect from you guys because we hadn't met before, and it's been a very comfortable and inviting experience. So I appreciate your patience and understanding and willingness to explain how the process goes.
Yeah, and I'll bounce right off of that as well. I really appreciate you guys having us on here and giving me the opportunity to spread, all of us, wherever we can reach, because you don't get a lot of chances in life. So I'm going to try and take as many as I can while I can. So, yeah, thank you guys for letting us do this thing. And, as for the podcast, I've just started, learning about podcasts recently. And I really enjoy, the talking in the background and not having to, pay attention to something and sit down and watch it. So on that side of the aspect of podcasts, I really do appreciate that. And as far as how I was feeling when we first started, I'll be honest, I was nervous because I'm just starting to get used to public speaking. So it took a little bit, but I think I'm starting to finally get a little bit more comfortable. And I appreciate you guys taking your time out to talk us through everything and take us through step by step. And we're talking like we're family, like we've known each other for a long time, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for coming on the show.
So that's exactly what we try to do here, and I think one of the major things Razak and I try to do is to create that comfortability, so when people come on, it's not so tight, and then we can get to a conversation just like you said, like we're family. We're just having a conversation about business. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna say everything right, but it's the same conversation you have with everybody else. But the good part about it is that you are, able to speak. Don't be shy, girl, because you got a lot you can say, and you got a lot of people you can help. You got, and this is my last question. But I didn't ask it earlier, but I was going to say, what do you say to the young people out there, Mom, about look what you've done with, and your daughter, what you've given in her. We just like to be able to, go out on something you can talk to our youth about business and about staying true to their talents. So they have a lot of it. They're just wasting it.
I will say what I said to my niece about 6 months ago. Stop focusing on trying to be what everybody else wants you to be, and build upon who you already are. take a look at the talents you have lying right in front of your face and capitalize on them, because nobody can take that talent away from you. So whatever your talent is, whatever it is, drawing, painting, if you're an Instagram person, capitalize on that. If you are a video gamer, capitalize on that. Whatever your talent is, be true to yourself and turn your hobby into a business that makes money for you. And because when you love what you do, you're never working. And again, parents out there that's at my age or a little bit older or a little bit younger, support your children. Support them. Don't fight them. Don't say go in this direction or that direction. Let them go the direction that they're going and support them on their journey. And everybody will be happier. You, the kids, the dog, the cat, everybody.
You don't have a dog or a cat. But yeah, like my mom was saying, I'd say stay authentic, stay true to yourself. Like she was saying, if you can stay, to the person who you were when you were younger, or you have the privilege of being able to re-meet that person that you once lost a long time ago. It's gonna take you far. It's going to bring you to places that you thought were never possible. It's truly going to bring back the magic in your life. So if you could, trust yourself, or or understand or learn how to, listen to those gut feelings that will lead you wherever it's going to lead you in life, like those decisions will truly make an impact on everything that you do. And so it can be in a bad way, or it can be in a good way. It's up to you to decide and how you're going to look at it. Is it glass half full, or is it glass half empty? The choice is yours. So that's all I gotta say.
Thank both of you guys for coming on, and we really do appreciate it.
It's been our honor, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys for it. I'm proud of you guys.
Don't even think about it.